Crystal's in Anchorage. Hey, Crystal, how are you?
Hi, good. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Currently, my husband and I have no debt except for a little bit of a car payment and our mortgage. We've got a steady income, but we kind of struggle just getting by check to check and wondering what is the best way to kind of get out of that rut.
What's your income?
About $72,000 a year.
Okay. How much your house payment?
$1,700.
How much your car payment?
I do about $300 a month on it.
You would do. What's your car payment? You have a payment amount.
Yeah, I do about $300 a month on it. I go a little bit extra.
Okay, but I mean, your car payment is actually, if you don't do, what's the actual payment?
About $210.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. All right, good.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so that's okay because the extra is a choice. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's not a bad choice because we're going to get your car paid off. That's going to be something we're going to do here in a minute. But we're going to put a lot more than $300 on it. But anyway, all right. So you're not giving me any numbers here that are causing my brain to explode like you've got major problems, which means that you're probably like most people, including me, when I first started this, in that by not having really good organization with my money and every detail laid out, the chaos eats these dollars for breakfast. And so a written budget, a detailed budget, will make you feel like you've gotten a raise. Because I'll give you an example. How often you guys get paid? Twice a month?
Yeah.
Okay, so a take-home pay check is how much?
$3,000.
Okay, so we got $6,000 minus house payment minus car payment is that's $2,000.
Yeah.
So I got $4,000 left. Mm-hmm. That feels kind of weird, doesn't it?
It does,
like right this second, you're asking yourself, I know I got water, and I know I got to buy some, and I know I've got electricity, and I know I've got food, and I know I got some insurance I got to buy here and there. But you're starting to ask yourself, where the flip's this money going? And that's kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, you got to get on a game plan. And when you get on a budget, you are going to feel like you got a raise.
And, Crystal, I'm going to tell you, as I started off on Dave's plan almost 16 years ago, that is exactly what was the thing that was the awakening for me. I was doing too much stupid in grocery stores and in restaurants. And so getting down to the root of it, you taking a look, get some bank statements out. Go back and look at the last 3 months and find out that category where you're bleeding money. And it could be online shopping. It could be grocery stores. It could be eating out. Whatever it is, you're going to do an analysis. You're going to see it.
But you cannot manage money with a rearview mirror.
Right.
You can't wait till it's over and then go, wow, that didn't work.
No.
You have to tell it what to do before it leaves, on paper, on purpose, before the month begins, every single month, and in agreement with your spouse so they don't do something else.
That's exactly right. And I was just going to say, with that, when you find that trouble spot, go to the cash envelopes on it. I'm telling you, having the budget like Dave's talking about beforehand and then having the cash, I'm telling you, it's going to give you more control. And like Dave said, it's going to feel like you gave yourself a raise because guess what? You did.
Yeah, jump on Every Dollar and start using it's free to use. Just everydollar.com, download the app and start using that budgeting app with you and your husband. And you got to start working on that tonight. You're going to feel like you got a raise. There's a reason you're losing. There's just no intentionality behind the dollars, and no one does. By the way, you're not horrible.
I got a great question.
Nobody does this.
All right, you have sat down with people for many, many years. What is the area of the budget that people are absolutely lying about? What is it? The one where you go, this isn't real.
Eating out.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd say eating out at the grocery store because with the stores we have now,
Dave, think they spend less at the grocery store.
Yeah.
They know they spend a lot at restaurants, but when they find out what they really spend, they go, oh, my God!
Yep.
Like I remember I was sitting in a financial peace group, leading small group one time years and years ago, and we're kind of going around talking about the lesson that night, and we're like, okay, why have you not been able to fund retirement? It was an investment lesson. And one of the questions we're just talking about, why didn't you feel like you'd been able to do retirement? And there's an old country boy sitting in the thing, and he goes, yeah, we looked at it. We're spending $1,200 a month in restaurants. I know where our retirement's been going. We've been eating it. I about died laughing. But it's
he's telling
exactly
the truth.
I've been eating it. That's it. That, I'm telling you, that's what a lot of people do with it. They eat their future.
Yeah. And that's scary. And you know what? That's something we can control, because what couldn't we do?
Let me just tell you, I love restaurants.
Yeah.
A lot of I've got good friends. You and I have good friends, personal friends that we share. That are world-class chefs that own restaurants. We go to their place.
Yep.
I love that kind of stuff. I'm not against restaurants. But from a budgeting standpoint, when you're calling me and saying I'm broke, I have no money, I will tell you that 90% of what you spend in the restaurant, the money is spent on entertainment. 10% is your actual food cost.
Yeah.
So go home and make some white beans and cornbread.
Well, and I'm going to tell you this, even throughout all this situation with the pandemic, of people being at home more, utilizing that stove.
They found out what they were spending.
They really did, because people were like, we've got a lot more money.
Where have I got all this money? Where'd this money come from?
That's right.
And it's all it was. You're not going out all the time.
All the time. So be intentional, be smart, and again, starting to set some things, cut it back a little bit.
So, Crystal, you're not different in that regard. I don't know if it's food that you're spending it on, but you will discover it when you go back and look at the statements like Chris suggested, and when you start writing it down and try to make it behave. Hint for everyone is starting their new budget this month. Whatever you think you're spending at the grocery store, you're wrong. It's more than that.
Well, I agree.
And so if you think you're spending $500, you better put $750 in there, because you're going to find that it's more. You've been lying to yourself so long that, I really do that. I've had these people tell me these ridiculous numbers. We make it on $50 a month. No, you don't. You can't even. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but because here's the thing. That is a category that if you underfund it, you will go back and either break your budget, or you'll have to go back and correct your budget in the middle of the month as you're learning how to budget your first couple of months. If you'll go ahead and overfund it, you don't feel like you failed. You can always cut your food budget back in future months.
It's a good call.
For the first 2 to 3 months you're doing your budget, when you've never done one in years, overfund your grocery store budget.